All right, Unit 6, Lesson 21, Combining Like Terms, Part 2. So this is a three-part lesson because it's got so many skills embedded. So I can determine which terms are considered like, and I can use integer rules to combine them to make smaller expressions. So today we're going to focus on perimeter and making those expressions smaller. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is color in your like terms just like yesterday. So you're going to choose a color and then your like terms. So like terms means same variable, same exponent. So I'm going to start with my constants. So that's numbers that are on their own. A constant is a number that's all by itself. It can be a fraction, it can be a decimal, it can be a whole number, but it's just a number on its own. All right, then I'm going to find my like terms, so I'm going to use my y's. So 10y, just a y on its own. All right, and then I'm going to look for my x's. All right, there are two b's. Remember, it's got to have the same variable and the same exponent. That's why I didn't choose the 2x squared. All right. So xy is all by itself because this other one is xy squared, or x squared y squared. And then I don't have any other a's. And I don't have any other x squareds that are just by themselves. All right, so I've identified all my like terms. So if I colored them the same color, they're like terms. So now we're going to combine our like terms. So we are going to use perimeter to do that. So I have 2x, I have x plus 4, and then I have 3x minus 1. So if it's in a column, I can combine it. If it's by itself, I can't. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So I have 6x, 4 minus 1 is 3, and it's going to be positive because the absolute value of the larger number is positive. So 6x plus 3, and then I stop. For the next one, I have x plus 9, 8x minus 1, and 3x. So if I don't have a number in front of the variable, I know that it's 1. So that's 9 plus 3 makes 12x. And then 9 minus 1 is 8. And it's positive because the larger absolute value is positive. So perimeter, I have to add all the sides. So I have to make sure that I'm accounting for all of them. So I have 4x plus 7, and then I have another side that's 4x plus 7. Then I have a side that's 2x minus 9, and another side that's 2x minus 9. So that's 8, 10, 12x, and then 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. So I'm using my integer rules there. I'm thinking, okay, thinking about a number line and I'm doing my jumps, or you could use your calculator, however you've got to do it so you can figure out the right sign. Another rectangle, so I've got to add in the sides that I'm missing. So I have x minus 1, 2x plus 5, 2x plus 5. So that means I've got 6x, and then I've got negative 2 plus 5 is going to be positive 3. Positive 3 plus 5 is going to be positive 8. So now they want us to remember to distribute before we combine like terms. So I bring down my 9 because nothing's happening to that. Now a negative 2 times 4 makes a negative 8x. a negative 2 times 5 makes a negative 10. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So I have my 9 minus 8x minus 10. So I'm left with negative 8x, and then 9 minus 10 is going to give me 1, and it's a negative because the larger absolute value is a negative. So my expression is negative 8x minus 1. So I bring down the 15 because I'm not doing anything to it. I have to distribute first. So I get negative 6x, and then negative 3 times 14 is going to give me 42, and it's going to be a negative 42 because 3 times 14 is 42, and a negative times a positive is a negative. So now I'm just going to bring down my negative 6x because I don't have anything to combine with it. And then over here, when my signs are different, I have to subtract and take the sign of the larger absolute value. So I know it's going to be negative because 42 has a larger absolute value. And I'm going to be left with 27. So negative 6x minus 27 is going to be my answer. So this one has two sets of distributive property. So I get negative 5x, and then a negative times a negative is going to be a positive 6. 4 times 5 is 20x, and 4 times 3 is 12. So then I'm going to put it in my table. So negative 5x plus 6 plus 20x plus 12. And then I'm going to add it up. So my signs are different. So I subtract and I get 15. It's going to be positive because the sign of the larger absolute value is positive. 6 plus 12 is 18, and it's going to be positive because both numbers are already positive. So my expression is 15x plus 18. Distributive properties, so I've got 21x minus 14 because a positive times a negative is a negative, and then minus 5x, and then a negative times a negative is a positive 24. Now I'm going to put it into my table. 21x minus 14 minus 5x plus 24. So my signs are different, so I have to subtract, and I get 15x. It's going to be positive because the larger absolute value is positive. And then 24, I've got two different signs. 24 minus 12 is 10. And it's also going to be positive because the sign of the larger absolute value is positive. So it's going to be 15x plus 10. So the last thing I need you to do is your cool down. You're going to combine like terms for each. Make sure you distribute before you combine like terms. Distribute before you combine like terms. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.